Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. It's 2020. It's my first video of the new year, and we are on episode 4, playing in the American campaign on Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail. If you did not see the first 3 episodes, there's a link in the description below, and the contest continues until we hit 15,000 subscribers. Not too late to enter the contest for your chance to win a copy of this game that would be playable right away. We are continuing on now, and we're going to take a look at what's available to us. We've got this mission here called Emergency Provisions. We've got to get a ship through to our what will ultimately be a failed attack on Quebec here in the winter of 75-76. But what we need to do is prepare to take on 3 ships and to get a ship to get through. So I'm only going to be able to take 1 ship into this fight, and I've only got 18 guns on that ship. So unless I can find something a little better that I can take into combat that we can maybe buy, and obviously I don't have the money to buy anything bigger, you can see what we're facing. So those are the options we're dealing with. So basically what I think I'm going to do is, number one, I've gone ahead and moved my John Paul, over here to the Andrew Doria, which I think I'm still going to rename at some point. But the other thing I wanted to point out is that we see, and I had been wondering about this for a while, we see these red ribboned people every so often. What that is if you have the Admiral's edition of the game, you get to name a character that will be in the game. So you can see somebody here is Destructor Maximus. That's why, because people get to name those things. So I've got my name put in. It hasn't appeared yet, but I'm sure it will at some point. So what we're going to do is, because we're taking on 3 ships, I'm going to max out my crew, and I'm going to try to take one of those ships so I can then have 2 ships to try and deal with the other 2. So that's kind of the plan, is if I can just board one of those guys, we'll see how it works out. That's all I get to take into this one. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, didn't mean to do that at all. Okay, here we go. We got that all sorted out. So you can see here, just going to be taking this 18-gun ship. Meal for Patriots, this one is called. The wind was very light yesterday afternoon, so the captain of the Minerva and I thought it advisable to move offshore to find a better angle to move northeast as we have been ordered. And here's the 3 ships we're dealing with. See if I can take one of these, then the other 2 become a lot easier. We'd not sailed for long, and it was nearly dark when Minerva in short distance spotted British ships. I was embarrassed by my foolishness to follow and not lead. A much larger merchant covered the foes from my vigilant foretopmans. Now we were forced to protect the merchant at any cost. Thank Lord Congress employed an armed Indiaman for army supply needs, so we're able to hold until night falls or even more. So the Minerva is the ship that we've got to get through. It's got to reach the safe zone, which is all the way up here. Thankfully, we can get Minerva to kind of go with the wind at least for a little while. Unfortunately, in order to stay between Minerva and those 3 ships, that means he's going to have the wind advantage, but I think we'll be able to manage here. So we're just going to try to get Minerva out of harm's way. I mean, I guess in theory I could use those 100 men to try and take out one of his ships, try and board one of them. But I don't want to risk the possibility of losing one or both of these ships. So we're just going to go ahead and get Minerva out of here as best we can. Stay between them. And even if I don't really do that well because I'm between them and he's got the wind, at least I'm buying Minerva time to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and just worry about the sails. If we can slow these guys down, then we'll complete the mission. Okay. This one seems to be a lot faster, the Sherwood. I'm gonna move right up and try to take this one right away. we go. Now let's turn this way. I think we got him already. He's putting some damage into me from this other one. There we go. They're down for the count. There should be a way to send a minimal crew over there. No, maybe not. I think we're just going to leave it be. Although he may take it back. But we've already got our ships past his. Alright, we got to watch the Sherwood here. Man, I think it's so much faster than I am. Let's get our sails up. That might help. Oh boy. Wow. We're gonna have to board this thing. Hopefully my men can take him. What are we waiting on here, guys? There we go. Don't let him get away. Now he's a 1-star, so that does worry me a little bit that his more experienced crew is going to be able to take mine. I'm going to find out though. We got a 28-man advantage. 26. Bring it in, bring it in. Oh boy, we're gonna lose this ship. Finally. Got him. Got him. Perfect. Minimal crew. Cut loose. Although ideally we probably should have put most of the crew on the Sherwood. It's in better shape than the Andrew Doria is. Now we're just going to try to get out of here. No, 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 no. Now it's just a race. The wind is not our friend. But I think we've got him. Alright, we're just not going to be able to get away from him, so we're gonna turn to fight. He's just too much faster than I am. I'm going to try to take his sails out. I don't have a lot of guns on the Sherwood that I can bring to bear at the moment. See if we can get around in behind him. I'm just trying to keep out of harm's way at the moment. I just wish I had more crew on the Sherwood. Try to get this thing turned around quick. Don't let them board you, whatever you do. Oh, you know what? Minerva's probably got the guns to do this. If I had loaded the men from the Andrew Doria on the Sherwood, I'd probably be able to just sit here and take Catherine out. Boarded here. Ooh, I also don't want him to fire into my stern. Oh, Andrew Doria's out of the map. Okay, well, that's okay. We just got to be careful that we're that close to the edge of the map now. I'll switch back over to try and deal with the sails on this thing. I think we can just go toe to toe. Don't have a lot of guns over here, but I think it's enough to do the job. To begin with. Didn't know it would be that easy with the Minerva. It's a troop ship. Let's switch over to grape shot now. Canister. Watch the edge of the map there, guys. Gotta turn Minerva now. Alright, Sherwood's out. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna have to switch back to solid shot. Just don't have the range. Alright, there we go. That's victory. I didn't even have to get out of there. I just had to finish them off. So, we lost 118 crew, took out 262. And we captured 2 ships. The Sherwood and the cruiser. So let's go ahead and take a look. We sank the Catherine. Wish I'd been able to capture that one. And I probably could have if I had kept enough men to begin with. But let's take a look now. We're going to be moving on to the next phase of this. And we're going to see some new battles available to us. Hancock's signature. A letter has arrived bearing the large, bold signature of John Hancock, the wealthy smuggler. I hear you are enterprising fellow. A ship bearing supplies for the Loyalist manned by a skeleton crew will be sailing, marked on this map. Excellent. Take her back. We've got Storm on the Chelsea River. This is going to be a big land battle. We've got a bunch of side missions available, but just not any really great ships. There's 4 side missions. So let's see here. Emergency provisions we completed. We're up to 21,000 now. Continental Congress. On December 15, 1775, the Continental Congress passed a resolution calling for 2 battalions of Marines to be raised for service with the fleet. You get weapons and funds. Excellent. Authorizing the building of 13 frigates within the next 3 months. 5 ships of 32 guns, 5 with 28, and 3 with 24. Excellent news. So does that mean those are going to be available for me? Or, I don't know how that'll work. Let's take a look at our ships real quick. So the Sherwood is a 6th-rate sloop of war. That's better than anything I currently have. So we're definitely going to add that to the fleet. What's that get me? That gets me 28 guns. That's better than anything else I've got. So we'll move our flag to that. And now we're starting to build ourselves a little bit of semblance of a fleet. We'll definitely want line infantry tactics because that'll give us access to fusiliers, which we'll need for this land battle that's coming up. Silk prick sails, unified gun carriages, I think would probably be helpful. We're going to go ahead and get that. I won't do the other for now until we see how much money we have. But we're starting to see there's a lot to this campaign. We're still just in 1775. And you can see this map goes all the way down the coast. It actually goes all the way down to Cuba. So there's a lot to be done here. I'm excited to see where this goes. Let me know your thoughts about all that. In hindsight, were I to do that one over again, I would just engage him right off the bat because you can see that I was able to use that ship in its guns. Even though it was primarily listed as kind of a troop ship, I definitely was able to take him out, so it worked out pretty well. All right, let me know your thoughts. We'll see you again soon.